Good evening, my name is Melvin Rodriguez.
My name is Nick Manko, and this is your channel ABE News. Melvin, do you drink wine?
Yes, sir, I do.
How often do you buy wine?
Not as much as I would want to.
Well, as you may know, prices have been flying through the roof since the mass alcohol flood last November.
Yes, I do. Here's Dahlia with that information.
Hey guys, as you can see, average wine prices were at a modest $20.25 per bottle right before the Great Flood. And since, it's only grown exponentially. In January, it was $75, and now $250 per bottle. Back to you.
Melvin, did you know that you can actually make your own wine at home? With just a few ingredients and a bit of patience, you too can ferment your own wine.
Wait, tell me more.
It just involves a simple biological process known as fermentation.
Oh, isn't fermentation the metabolic process which sugars are broken down with enzymes through some other processes?
Yep, Melvin, glycolysis is the process you're talking about. It happens when two glucose molecules get broken up with two NAD+ molecules, two ATP molecules, and two inorganic phosphate molecules to produce pyruvate.
The pyruvate molecule is then converted to acetaldehyde molecule needed for ethanol fermentation with NADH. I know that much, but how is it that we get the alcohol?
Well, when yeast can consume all the oxygen available, it experiences anaerobic digestion, and it's impossible for them to shift their metabolic processes towards ethanol fermentation. This process involves utilizing pyruvate to regenerate NAD+ through its conversion to acetaldehyde, and finally, into ethanol, the well-known alcohol.
Fascinating. Nick, I hear that we actually have Camilla making some wine today in the kitchen.
You got that right, Melvin. Back to our studio kitchen where Camila is making pineapple wine from scratch.
Welcome to Fermentation 101. We're going to make pineapple wine. And how are we going to make pineapple wine? With pineapple. We are going to cut up pineapple, juice it up, add some sugar, yeast, lots of water, and make wine. In order to make the pineapple juice, we need to boil lots of water. Once we boil the water, we're going to turn off the heat and let the water cool down. And then we're going to add pineapple pieces that we're going to cut up. Before we add the pineapple, we're just going to heat the water up. So we're going to start by cutting our pineapples. First we washed our hands, and then we washed the pineapples a little to make sure they don't have any yucky stuff. And we're going to get a big knife, and we're going to first chop off the head, cut off the skin, and then cut them into tiny pieces. And just go boop, 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 boop. So we have cut up pineapple pieces, and we're just going to put them in the blender just to blend and make sure the pieces are small. So we're just going to stab them and tear them apart in case they didn't get cut correctly. And we're gonna blend. Now that we have our blended pineapple, we're just going to add it to our hot water that was boiled and then let cool down to about 50 degrees Celsius. And we're just gonna make sure we get as much of it as possible in there. Now that we've had this water, this pineapple juice sitting here for 24 hours, we're gonna filter it so we can get all the pulp out and we can just have the liquid. This will be used for the wine making process. Now that we've had this water, this pineapple juice sitting here for 24 hours, we're gonna filter it so we can get all the pulp out and we can just have the liquid. This will be used for the wine making process. Now we are ready to prepare the yeast. So for today we're using the Premier Côte de Blanc, which I'm saying very wrong, and we are going to use 0.75 grams in order to make 3 liters of wine. We use this amount because normally you use 5 grams for about 20 to 23 liters of wine. We added 1.5 pounds of sugar, pure cane sugar, to make it a very, 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 very sweet solution. That you see here is very brown, and it used to be very yellow from pineapple. Now we're going to use this solution in the hydrometer and the refractometer to see how much alcohol potential and the specific gravity of the solution in order for the wine. Now we added the yeast that was activated with warmed pineapple juice and sugar. And now that we have the solution ready, we're going to add them into our bottles. And we're going to cap them. We're going to get them ready for the fermentation process, which is going to take about 28 days.
Thanks, Camilla. Melvin, wasn't that delicious?
It was. It was very delicious.
Well, as you might have noticed at home, there are a couple things in there that Camilla didn't touch upon. The little lock that you saw at the top, that's an airlock, and the purpose of it is to let gas escape that is formed during fermentation, but also keeps things clean by not allowing any particles in. It's a one-way filter that's typically made by the use of water.
Wow, I didn't know that. I do know that from this experiment, we also got 2 biomass products, which was this pineapple skin and the pineapple pulp. Stay tuned for next week so we can see how we can make our own marmalade with Camilla.
That's all for us at Channel ABE News. Have a great evening.